Hello, I'm Reema Chandra and welcome to Cooking Without Boundaries. Hi, welcome back. Today, I decided to talk about three very important ingredients from our kitchen. Three that are usually not spices, but they are used as a spice to enhance our food. And those three are onion, garlic, and ginger. Onion comes from vegetable family, but we rarely use it as a vegetable. We don't make a dish just with onion. We actually add onion to something and then then enhance the flavor of that something, whether it is chicken or meat or vegetables or lentils or rice, anything, you name it. Onions have naturally health promoting phytochemicals. They are full of vitamin C, potassium. They provide a very sweet and nice aroma to our food, and they are used in almost all of the vegetarian cooking and non-vegetarian cooking that we generally eat. When I say cooking without boundaries, today we will actually be using garlic in most of our food. But onion, garlic, and ginger, all three of it are something that you could break out of boundaries and use them in various things that you have probably not done before. Talking about garlic, garlic actually, believe it or not, the most widely used spice. It's not spice though, it comes from our family, and it belongs to the family where you will also find chives and other leafy vegetables. I don't know if you've ever used garlic leaves when they're fresh and green. It adds a very mild flavor to the food and it's really yummy. As we go along, we will keep talking about garlic more and more. So let me stop about garlic here. The third ingredient here, or the third item here that I will be talking about or I wanted to bring into this group of three is ginger. Ginger, as we all know, are they are rhizomes and not roots, and because of the structure of it, it was very easy to transport. So after black pepper, this was probably one of the most traveled spices that made it to around the world. This also belongs to the same family as garlic, and full of antioxidants, anti-inflammatory qualities, and brings warmth to your body. That's what they believe, and of course adds great taste to your food. Going forward for next 3 episodes, including today, we will make each one of these the theme for today's episode. So today, garlic is the theme for all 3 dishes that we are going to cook. So let's get started with our cooking. So today, with the garlic in mind, I decided that why don't we all cook something very comforting, something that we all must have in our family dinner. So first dish is called something grainy, and that would be garlic spiced corn kernels with green chopped peppers. So let's start that. 2 tablespoons of oil. I stand corrected, 1 tablespoon of oil. And as soon as it smokes, which it is now, we will put 3 tablespoons of garlic, crushed garlic, freshly crushed garlic, or if you have prepared garlic paste ahead of time, then that would also be great. Any form, but it should be crushed or minced or grated or ground. Once that turns red, we add 2 cups of corn here. I actually like to just buy frozen corn that are already off cob. Very convenient for me. And I nuke it in microwave for about 3 to 4 minutes to bring it to room temperature so that it cooks faster here. You know, you see how I make use of microwave and, you know, frozen stuff just to make things easier. That's why I keep saying that cook at home. It's easy, it's simple, it's delicious, and it's all natural. We will saute corn for about 3 minutes with lid on it so that it cooks also while it is getting sauteed. And we'll come back to it in 3 minutes to check. But while that is going on, green peppers are ready. Today, to add a little bit of spiciness to the corn, I will use paprika, and for tanginess, I'll use 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. So let's let it cook. We'll come back to it. Smells good. Smell of garlic is so appetizing. It's caramelizing a little bit, and we can see that it is getting cooked. You know, garlic is believed to be naturally antibiotic to the body, so having it in your food actually is beneficial to your health. And as we talk about smell of garlic, believe it or not, there is a natural chemical that is produced when you cut up garlic, and it's called disulfide allicin. And that's what brings that pungent, strong smell. But when you cook garlic, it actually degrades that allicin and makes another disulfide, which has less odor, and you know it's less strong. So as a result, we like that smell. So that's what I'm getting right now. We will add about half a teaspoon of paprika to it, and half a teaspoon of salt, table salt. I am always in favor of using less in the beginning. Taste it, and if it needs more salt, then add more so that we don't destroy our dish. Looks very good. This is what it looks like. I used olive oil this time. Sometimes I would use canola oil. Sometimes if you don't have any of those and you have just a little bit of butter left, that actually tastes very good. So you can do that as well. I'll use now 2 cups of chopped green peppers. Mix it together, saute it on low flame. Smells very good. And at this point, I'm going to squeeze 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon. Looks excellent. There is a little bit of caramelizing here. You do not want to overcook the green peppers. You want it crunchy. So another minute and it should be ready to be served. Next one is particularly my favorite. Something satisfying. Don't we all need in our family dinners, family meals? So something satisfying is garlic chicken. Garlic being the theme of today's episode, I figured why don't we make something with garlic and chicken? Both are very common ingredients in almost every kitchen. So you don't have to go hunting for these things. Maybe you could make it now. So let's do that. 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. My pan is already warm. And I have used for this particular dish 1 tablespoon of butter. You can hear probably the sizzling. With garlic chicken, you can probably assume that and understand that it will have tons of garlic. So we are using about 2 pounds of cut up chicken, and I like to, if I don't have much time, then I'll just pick up breast pieces with ribs, and that bony pieces, cut it up in chunks. The bone in it gives it, helps it soak up the juice. So I recommend using the bony breast pieces, and I have also added 2 drumsticks to it because my children love drumsticks. Who doesn't? We'll start with crushed garlic. Actually, we will first saute the whole cloves. I have 1 cup of whole cloves, and 1/4 of that I have crushed, and 2/3 I have actually 3/4 I have here whole, and I will saute the garlic and flavor the oil, and I'll wait for the garlic to turn little bit pink so that it's cooked somewhat, and then I'll take it out. So I'm sure you can see, and when we talk about getting cloves of garlic and peeling it, oftentimes it seems that it is a lot of work. But if you have a big knife and a cutting board, you just put cloves, the bulb of garlic here on your cutting board, and put knife on top of it and smash it with your fist. The cloves come apart, and most of them, the peels also come apart, and you can just take them and put them all in the oil. Even if there are some peels in, that's okay. You will still get the good flavor, and even the peels are working towards adding the flavor. I'm going to take these cloves out, as you can see, some of it. This is for adding later when the chicken is cooking halfway done. Then we will add these garlics and save some to garnish as well. Now we'll add a 1/4 cup of crushed garlic. I like to use this metal pounder because I can put it in dishwasher and it'll just wash off the garlic smell. I do have the stone ones, and I like to save those for spices, other dry spices or something, aromatic spice. One teaspoon of crushed black pepper and 2 pounds of chicken pieces. Smells so good. We keep looking for something comforting and satisfying in our meal, and our senses are so used to having the smell of garlic that I know that moment my family walks into the kitchen and they smell garlic, they'll say, something nice is cooking. And I'm sure you'll get that compliment too. Yeah, this garlic. Chicken and garlic are cooking together very well. I have the smell of garlic going through me so intensely, and it's appetizing. At this point goes in 1.5 teaspoon of salt, and I'll spice it a little bit. So 1 teaspoon, that was half a teaspoon measure, so it was 1 teaspoon of paprika. Looks wonderful. This gets sauteed this way for a few seconds more, and then as soon as it is coated all around with spices, I will place the lid on top, let the chicken cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, come back, add tomatoes. This looks so good. I'm looking forward to having this dish. The reason I asked you to use the breast pieces with a little bit of bone in it, that it helps to absorb juices. But if you prefer only boneless pieces, you can absolutely use only boneless pieces. In that case, I would recommend that keep the pieces very small so that they absorb juices. And also, if you want to keep bigger pieces, then throw in some just plain simple bones in, and you can take them out later before serving. 2 cups of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, just so that everything gets mixed in together with a little bit of sauce formation. Have you realized how we find something wet, something juicy, something liquidy, something saucy very comforting? And that's what this chicken is about, garlic chicken. Place the lid back, let it simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. Chicken would be cooked at that point. We will dish it after that. On to our last dish for the day. Something green and something nutritious. Garlic flavored potatoes and spinach. This has a very mild flavor of garlic. I figured that we don't want all of the dishes intensely garlic, so this will give you a little less of garlic. 1 teaspoon of oil. The benefit of making your food in non-stick pans is you can use less oil. The oil is hot and smoking. I have 1 tablespoon of crushed garlic. You see how little we used? Where we used 1 cup of garlic in chicken, this is only 1 tablespoon. Where did I keep my spatula? Okay, here. Let it caramelize and release the smell. Half cup of chopped potatoes. Small chunks of potatoes is what I use. And 1 teaspoon of crushed black pepper, just to add some more flavor to it. Place the lid on top, let the potatoes cook for 2 minutes, and then we come back, add spinach to it. Time to check the potatoes. Let's see. The initial look of these potatoes within the garlic, that'll give you a sense of how we make, how the home fries look. That's what it looks like. You could, I wouldn't actually steam or bake potatoes before cooking because the spinach releases a lot of water and potato gets cooked in that. I'm adding 2 cups of chopped spinach, and just to keep things quick and easy, I have used frozen chopped spinach, and I nuked it in microwave for about 3 minutes to bring it to room temperature, and that's it. You can also use fresh spinach leaves and actually chop them and use them. Let's use another spoon. Spinach, after it releases water and the water evaporates, everything will not look as much as it is looking right now, so the quantity will reduce. That's why adding salt and the quantity of salt is extremely important to spinach dishes. This is 1/4 teaspoon is what I'm going to add right now. Taste it later to see if we need more. Let it simmer, cook everything together for about 5 minutes on low flame, and we will come back to it. Chicken looks ready now, and the way to check the doneness is actually just running a dinner knife through any piece of the chicken here, and it is all cooked. Nothing is pink there. I'm going to dish it now and turn the stove off first. Wow. One thing that I like about garlic is I can find it so easily everywhere. Something that adds so much flavor to our food, something that we generally have in our kitchen, helps us come out of our boundaries. When you're using garlic, particularly crushed garlic, make sure it doesn't get burnt, because burning makes the garlic taste bitter, and so if it does get burnt, discard it. Don't keep using it. Don't continue with the dish. So that was my last tip on garlic. This whole thing looks excellent. We will garnish it with the sauteed garlic that we had. Something grainy, something satisfying, and something healthy. 3 dishes: corn, chicken, and spinach, potatoes. They're all ready. You and I made it. We used garlic as our theme of the day. Garlic being one of the trio, ginger, onion, and garlic. Oftentimes, garlic is used in addition to ginger and onion, but today we have used only garlic in all these dishes. Variations are very possible. Instead of corn, you can use some beans, black-eyed peas or red kidney beans, or any that you like. Instead of chicken, you can use any other meat or shrimp. Instead of spinach, you can use green peppers and potatoes. You want to feel like coming out of your boundaries. You have to do that. We did that today. We came out of our boundaries, and that's what I call cooking without boundaries. Hey, it's so good to hear from you. Some of you have sent your suggestions, your feedback, and I'm really thankful for that. Please keep it coming. Also, you can call me at 617-504-5136, and call me if you have any question or you want recipe, or write to me. Either way, I'll get back to you. Write to me at reema@sharontv.com. Smell of freshness, aroma of cooking, and all of it melting in your mouth is what I call cooking without boundaries.